Imagine standing at your own wedding, dressed as a bride, waiting for the man you love, and then finding out he didn't run away. He got married to your sister. But what happened years later is something no one saw coming. The wedding hall was glowing with golden lights. Fresh jasmine flowers hung from the ceiling. Soft music played in the background. Guests laughed and whispered excitedly. At the center of it all stood Meera. Dressed in red and gold, she looked beautiful. But more than that, she looked hopeful. Today was the day she had dreamed about for years. She was marrying Arjun, the man she loved and trusted deeply. They had been together for 5 years. 5 years of promises. 5 years of plans. 5 years of believing in forever. Meera checked the time. Arjun was late. Traffic, someone said. Grooms are always dramatic, another guest joked. Meera forced a smile. But 20 minutes turned into 40. The priest looked uncomfortable. Guests began whispering louder. Meera's father tried calling Arjun. His phone was switched off. A strange feeling began to grow inside her chest. An hour later, a distant relative rushed inside, breathless. His face was pale. "Stop everything," he said. The music stopped. The hall went silent. Arjun got married this morning. Meera blinked. "What?" her mother whispered. "He married Riya." Riya, Meera's younger sister. The room felt like it was spinning. "No, that's not possible," Meera said softly. But it was. Arjun had married Riya early that morning in a private ceremony. Why? Because Riya had agreed to marry him for a business alliance. Arjun's struggling company needed a powerful investor. Riya had fallen in love with the idea of status and luxury. The investor demanded a family connection. So Arjun made a choice. Money over love, power over loyalty. And Riya made her choice too. Meera's wedding day turned into public humiliation. Guests quietly left. Some pitied her. Some judged her. Some whispered cruel things. Meera stood frozen at the altar. Not crying, not screaming, just empty. That night, when everyone had gone home, she finally allowed herself to break. She cried until her throat hurt. But somewhere between heartbreak and exhaustion, something inside her changed. She wiped her tears and made a promise to herself. "I will never beg for love. I will never depend on anyone again." Years later, the first year was the hardest. Everywhere Meera went, people remembered. "Oh, that girl. The one whose sister took her groom. How embarrassing." Instead of hiding, Meera worked. She used her savings to start a small textile business from a rented space. It wasn't glamorous. No grand office, no rich investors, no shortcuts, just hard work. She learned about suppliers. She negotiated prices. She handled rude customers. She made mistakes. She failed. She tried again. There were nights she slept on the office floor. There were days she questioned herself. But she never gave up. Slowly, her designs gained attention. Then popularity. Then demand. 5 years later, Meera's brand had stores in multiple cities. 10 years later, she owned factories. Her name became known in business magazines. People admired her strength. The same society that once whispered about her now praised her resilience. She didn't just build a company. She built her identity. Meanwhile, Arjun's story was different. The first few years after marrying Riya were full of luxury. Expensive cars, grand parties, media attention. But business alliances built on greed don't last forever. The powerful investor who had supported Arjun passed away. New competitors entered the market. Arjun made risky financial decisions. Losses increased. Loans piled up. Banks began sending notices. Riya, who once loved the spotlight, now avoided social events. Stress replaced smiles. Friends disappeared. The mansion felt smaller. The marriage felt heavier. Arguments became frequent. Blame became common. And eventually, the empire collapsed. Properties were seized. Accounts were frozen. Arjun's company declared bankruptcy. There was only one person in the industry powerful enough to save them: Meera. One afternoon, Meera's assistant informed her, "Ma'am, Arjun and Riya are here to see you." Meera paused. For a moment the past flashed before her eyes. The altar, the whispers, the humiliation. Then she calmly said, "Send them in." Arjun looked older, tired. Riya looked nervous. They avoided eye contact. Arjun spoke first. "Meera, we know we don't deserve your time." Silence. "Our company is collapsing. We have no options left. If you could provide financial backing, a partnership, anything, we will repay every rupee." Riya finally looked up. "We are sorry," she whispered. "Sorry." The word felt small, very small. Meera folded her hands calmly. "I will help you," she said. Both of them looked shocked, relieved, hopeful. But Meera continued, "I have one condition." They leaned forward. "You will hold a public press conference." Their faces changed. "You will clearly explain what happened on my wedding day. You will admit that you betrayed me for money and status. And you will apologize publicly." The room went silent. Arjun's voice trembled. "That will destroy whatever respect we have left." Meera's eyes were steady. "You destroyed mine once, in front of hundreds of people." She leaned back. "This is not revenge. This is accountability. If you want my help, the truth must come out." Riya began to cry. Because deep down, she knew Meera was right. After hours of discussion, with no other option, they agreed. The press conference was broadcast live. Cameras flashed. Reporters waited. Arjun stood at the podium. His voice was unsteady. "Years ago, I abandoned my fiancé on our wedding day to marry her sister for a business deal. It was selfish. It was wrong." Gasps filled the room. Riya stepped forward. "I betrayed my sister for money and status. I hurt someone who trusted me. I apologize." The truth spread everywhere. News channels replayed the clip. Social media discussed it for days. But this time, Meera was not the victim. She was the woman who demanded honesty and stood tall. After the conference, Meera signed a professional agreement. She invested, not out of love, not out of anger, but because it was a profitable opportunity. Strict conditions, clear boundaries, no emotional involvement, business only. That evening, Meera stood on the balcony of her penthouse. The city lights shimmered below. She felt peaceful, not happy about their suffering, not proud of their downfall, just balanced. She realized something important. If she had begged Arjun that day, if she had fought Riya for him, if she had tried to compete for love, she would have lost herself. But instead, she built something bigger. Her dignity, her strength, her independence. Karma didn't rush. It didn't shout. It didn't seek drama. It simply waited. And when the time was right, it delivered balance. Meera smiled softly. Because true revenge isn't destroying others. It's becoming untouchable. And here comes the moral of the story. Karma has no deadline, and dignity is the ultimate revenge.